What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Blue Jays franchise, and it'll be the show 17. And we're on to the 2018 World Series. What better way to celebrate opening day baseball than to post a World Series gameplay in MLB The Show? I'm very excited for the start of the MLB regular season, and this is a perfect way to cap it off. I wish we could have finished the World Series by now, but things kind of got in the way. And this is going to be between the Blue Jays and the Mets, and these two teams have quite a history of playing in the World Series. The Blue Jays have 3 titles, the Mets have 2, I believe, and have appeared in 2 more World Series in 00 and in 2015, and I believe they've actually made an appearance in this franchise as well, although I'm not 100% sure on that one. Anyway, this is going to be the first batter of the World Series. It's David Wright, the leadoff man for them, and he's going to bloop this one into right field. And Dalton Pompey can't do anything but watch that one land. It was just a really lucky hit for David Wright, babbling the Blue Jays right there. And now Neil Walker's up to the bat, and he is going to get another bloop single, this time to center field. And Kevin Pillar is in the same situation that Dalton Pompey just was. He just can't do anything about that. And now Yoenis Cespedes up to bat, and he's going to take this one right past the glove of Donaldson. So 3 straight hits by the New York Mets to start out this World Series, and the bases are loaded with no outs for Michael Conforto, and he's going to ground into a double play, but Cesar Hernandez goes home first, so they prevent the run from scoring, and that is going to be costly for the New York Mets. That was a great throw by Cesar Hernandez, just getting out David Wright, and that's going to prove costly for the Mets as Lucas Duda is going to strike out with 2 outs on the afternoon. And Troy Tulowitzki was not able to get on first, as now it is Cesar Hernandez up to bat with a full count, and he is going to walk after the check swing was ruled not going around. And now Josh Donaldson is up to bat with 1 out, and Cesar Hernandez on, and that is going to be a very low fastball. So Matt Harvey, some World Series jitters so far, it looks like, for him. And now Jose Bautista up with 2 outs, and he's going to single that one out into center, a long single, and it is going to be enough to score Cesar Hernandez from second. It will not advance Josh Donaldson to third, and the Blue Jays would not get anything else going that inning. Now, bottom of the second, Devin Mesoraco is the leadoff man, and he is going to lift this one out to left center, and we're lucky we're playing in an American League park, because that just would have been a big fly in any bigger park. It's going to be a home run for Devin Mesoraco, a solo shot of only about 330 feet, and, you know, sometimes the park plays to your advantage, sometimes it plays against your advantage, but right there, Matt Harvey is not happy about that one. It should have been a big fly, but it just got away from him. And now David Wright is going to walk for the Mets as they're looking to get something going here in the top of the third. Yoenis Cespedes is going to rip that one up the middle, and Kevin Pillar running the wrong way because of the weird controls, and then that is going to turn into a double because of that. As when it switched from the shortstop to the center fielder, there was a weird change of direction thing that happened. I don't know why. But Conforto's going to ground out here. It is going to drive in David Wright, but Yoenis Cespedes will be stuck at third as a result. And now Lucas Duda with 2 outs. And look at the count. He's going to strike out once again. Looking inside, and that is going to only leave the Mets with 1 run in the top of the third. And now Jose Bautista is coming back in the bottom of the third. He is going to walk. And now Yangervis Solarte with 1 out, and that one is lifted, and the power surge continues this playoffs for Yangervis Solarte. It's his 2nd straight game with a home run. He had a home run to close out ALCS Game 4 in the last episode of this series. A big home run, too, as it proved to be the big swing that got the Jays back in the game. And 2016 World Series MVP Justin Smoke says, "I want some of that," and he lifts his own out into the stands, and that's going to be a home run. And Justin Smoke continues to deliver in the last round of the postseason, and he is going to touch them all, as that is a 5-1 game now for the Blue Jays, and it's enough to knock Matt Harvey out. Allows 3 home runs, and now it's a 5-1 game. But the Mets are not going to be giving up, as this is going to be Jacoby Jones lifting this one out into the outfield, and that is going to be a single. And now it brings up David Wright once again, and what do you think he's going to do right here? He hits this one up the middle, and Kevin Pillar runs past it, does not pick up the ball. That's going to turn into a double for David Wright, and that is going to bring up the bat of the switch hitter Neil Walker. facing Sonny Gray, and he is going to hit this one up the middle, enough to score Jacoby Jones, but it leaves David Wright stranded at third and puts the Mets 1 run closer to overcoming the deficit. Yoenis Cespedes is going to walk. That's going to load the bases, and that's going to end the day for Sonny Gray. Not a bad performance overall. Got BABIP'd a little, but Michael Conforto's up to bat right now against Tony Sipp, and he goes swinging on the slider as Tony Sipp continues a dominant postseason run. He has 8 strikeouts in 4 2/3 innings. This one's going to be lifted out to right, and Dalton Pompey again cannot get to this as it's kind of a BABIP single once again, and that is going to score another run. So now it's 5-3 on the day. There's only 1 out still, but this is going to be a double play. Travis d'Arnaud grounds into, and that is going to get the Jays out of the inning with only 2 runs. The damage should have been a lot worse. The bases were loaded with no outs. Justin Smoak, though, once again, this time not taking it out of the park, but he rips it down the line. That's going to be a long single and put a runner on for the Jays, looking to get a couple insurance runs maybe here in the bottom of the 5th after allowing the Mets to come back a little bit. Now Kevin Pillar, and that's going to be the same play to the left side. David Wright tries to stop it, but can't quite field it on the diving play, and that's going to put runners on first and second for Troy Tulowitzki. Hasn't had the greatest postseason run so far, but this time he is going to lift this one going back to the fence. The runners can't go yet. They don't know if it's going to be caught, and as a result, Kevin Pillar is going to get to third. Justin Smoak is going to score, but potentially squandering a run right there for poor base running. And Cesar Hernandez is up to bat now. He is going to walk, so that's his 3rd walk of the afternoon, I believe, at this point. And loads the bases now in the bottom of the 5th for Josh Donaldson with 1 out. Lifts this one. It's not going to quite be enough to do anything, but it is going to be enough to score the speedy Kevin Pillar from third base. So the Jays are now up 7-3 in this first World Series game. A very strange World Series game. And it doesn't really seem like these teams are playing that far away from each other. And Dalton Pompey almost made it a double-digit game for the Jays right there. But instead, he's just going to fly this one the other way, as that fly ball before did not stay fair. It doesn't seem like the gap between these two teams' play is very wide, but the Blue Jays have just gotten those home runs to help out. And Yoenis Cespedes now is going to be taking this one into right center, between right center and right field. And that is going to be a deep double for him. And that is going to bring up Michael Conforto. There are 2 outs, though. He's facing Ryan Cook, and he is going to strike out on that changeup right there. And now it is going to be Roberto Osuna trying to close things out in the 9th inning. And this one almost goes to left field for a single. The Mets look like they had life for a moment, but Jacoby Jones is going to strike out. And that brings up David Wright. Has gotten a hit in every bat so far this game. That streak is not going to continue. This game is over. Jays take game 1 in Rogers Center by a score of 7-3 in a game that, again, didn't really seem like there was much of a skill gap between these two teams. They played relatively well. The Blue Jays just got those home runs, and you're always guaranteed to score on a home run. The Mets loaded the bases. They got base runners on in good situations, but the Blue Jays pitching just got out of it. Matt Harvey could not say the same. And that's going to put a wrap on Game 1. So that's going to do it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And stay tuned. We still have to finish this. There's going to be at least 1 more episode of this series, and it's going to be World Series Game 6 next time on the Blue Jays franchise in MLB The Show 17.